I worked for Auld White for 2 years in the early to mid-90s. I ended up leaving to go to work in the commercial insurance industry, but those 2 years had a very big impact on me, and it always felt kind of like home.
I started out with Auld White when I was 18 years old. Started out as a helper, sweeping floors all day long, doing all the work ain't nobody else want to do.
Auld White, to a lot of people, is a family.
I had a good job, had good benefits, had good pay, just wanted to be at home. That was one thing, you know.
Even on my worst day, it's my best day than any other job I've ever had.
Ed met with me, and he didn't try to keep me from leaving. He didn't say, "You'll be back," but he said, "This isn't over." And he was right. I came back.
Ended up walking in Auld White's doors there off Bowden Road and met these two characters called Steve Auld and Ed White.
This one, Lanahan Lumbers.
But we were there from 87 to 89, something like that.
Look at you and your auburn or red hair. We were young.
After 30 years, there are a lot of stories to tell that give a little glimpse into how two guys can dream and make something happen.
Ed and I met at the Haskell Company back, I guess, in 1979. I remember sitting down at his dining room table and we put a business plan together, and that's how it all started.
Michael Lanahan's a dear friend. He said, well, my dad has this small building adjacent to Lanahan Lumber. He'll make you a real good deal to be there.
Helping workers stay in town, close to home and family, was just the beginning of the new ideas they wanted to bring to the table.
Our model was to develop a company where the jobs were within 90 miles of the office, where we could go to it and come back, and one day the superintendents could do the same.
When you're away from home, working on a job site, and it gets old, away from your family and that.
Ed and Steve have created a culture where they really want to see our employees grow to their maximum capacity.
I started working with Mike Luke. I told him I was kind of tired of sweeping floors. And he said, well, that's what I've been waiting on you to say. And he taught me how to pour concrete, how to form, how to tie rebar, how to read rebar blueprints.
When they hire someone, they don't hire someone just temporarily to fill in. They hire someone to be a part of the family and stay there until they retire.
A lot of our guys are homegrown. They've come up through the company.
We have a low turnover for the construction industry, and I think it's due to many factors, from our training program to being able to just walk into an office, talk to somebody, having that open door policy.
Steve has often said that your reputation is only as good as your last job. The company has always tried to do things right.
We grow up in this town, we live in this town, so when we ride by buildings, I don't want to have to go like this. Is it still standing? Is it still up, There's some pride involved with it.
You're building something that has to be safe for the public, your family. Say, I worked on that project. I did that part over there.
Taking my family, both my wife and my son, to many of my projects and drove out to them and, hey, this is what I've been working on.
Their plans come in and they're ready. Their permits come in and they're ready. I don't think I've ever had anybody issue them a stop work order for anything. I can look up on our system, see their permits, and see how much work they've gotten. I know their permit runner is always in our office. They've got plenty of work, and that's a sign that somebody that the owners like.
Part of the culture that makes this team work so well is a sort of work hard, play hard approach.
The stories we could tell you about Louis Dunbar.
I think we still owe him. Louis has been with us almost since the very beginning, and he's a prankster. One time, and I'm not sure if this is Jan or Louis, but Ed and I came back from vacation and he painted our offices they had our offices painted pink. And I won't say who organized this, but Jan decided it would be a good thing to do something to Lewis's house.
I had a zip line that was 500 feet long and 300 feet of it was out over the water, and they zip tied all kinds of laundry to it and said that it was, I got a picture that's still framed in my office that it was the Dunbar wash and fold. My wife is happy that they haven't run me off for the pranks.
From the start, Ed and Steve wanted Auld White to be a place where people counted, where good people could build the company and build each other.
And that was one of our goals because we wanted to feel like we belonged to something. And therefore, to make that happen, other people had to feel they belonged to something. If the culture fit's not right, good people will leave.
I enjoy it, to be honest with you. Do I still enjoy building buildings? Absolutely I do, or I wouldn't do it.
Mike is pretty awesome. He pours his heart, soul, mind, passion into those people, and a year under him, and they know Auld White, they know what they're supposed to do, and they're ready to go.
You know, I ain't have no father figure, no anything like that, so it's always been me. And then it turned into me and them. Yeah, they pretty much raised me. But now I'm at the point where I can help people and return the favor, and after all I've been through and after all the chances I got, I feel pretty good to help somebody else along the way. I've been there 13 years and I knew I'm gonna retire there.
So today what gets me up in the morning is it's the Willie Mullers of the world, the Joe Gribbins of the world, the folks like that who build and know how to build. Our wives have been wonderful. They have been understanding, they have been supportive, and they have helped us understand that our egos are not important in this
Right.
and where we're going.
You and I put so many hours into the business, and our wives managed the homes. And I know I could not have done it without Kathy, and you without Marlene.
They've been great partners in the whole endeavor. So it's like any other journey, you don't make it alone.
Ed, I've learned a lot from you. You've helped me grow. You've become a good friend. And you've become a brother, almost like my brother.
We love each other. I'm sure not every day was perfect, but golly, it was a good run. It's a good run. It's been a great 30 years of doing what we're doing.
You've aged a little bit, bud.
You think?
A little bit.
You think?
Look at that.